Hey there, Chris Moore here. So I'm just going to go through really quick. Although I do cover this in the Zapier course that I have, I just want to give some help and some benefit here in the Facebook group. So that's what I'm going to dive in and do right now. So you have to set up a two-step Zap for each product purchase that you have within Kajabi to go to a specific group in a given list inside of MailChimp. That's kind of the way that I would personally do it. It's similar to tagging, if you will, in other types of software like ActiveCampaign or Drip or Infusionsoft, although it's not exactly the same. MailChimp is a different type of autoresponder service. So not really going to get too much into that. I'm just going to help you to reach the goal that you were seeking. So what you need to do is set up a Kajabi Trigger inside of Zapier here, and that trigger is going to be based off of a new purchase. Then you have to select and integrate your Kajabi account, which I won't be able to cover in this video, but it's fairly straightforward. Then after that, you get to the edit options where you pick your site, and then you pick your specific offer. And then it's going to ask you to test the step, and then you move on to the next part. Down here, you're going to select MailChimp. So up here was Kajabi. Down here, we're going to set MailChimp. And then we move on to the step where we want to choose Add or Update Subscriber. After that, we choose our MailChimp account in question. You know, we have to connect it. I think it's just a OAuth type thing where you authorize it by simply logging into your MailChimp account. It's really easy. So you connect an account and then set it up. Then moving on, we choose the list that we want. For the email, we select this thing over here on the right and we choose the member email from Kajabi. You'll see the little Kajabi symbol. So that's going to pull in from the purchase here in the trigger phase. It's going to pull in that email address to give that to MailChimp. Double opt-in, you want to say no because this is a product purchase and you don't want to have them, have to confirm their opt-in. Send the welcome email, most likely not. You'll probably have an automation inside of MailChimp that will trigger based off of this activity, for example. Update is existing. Let's read this really quick. If no, the Zap will fail if the subscriber exists. Right, otherwise overwrites data sent. If no, the Zap will fail if the subscriber exists. So you actually want to say yes here if you're simply adding a product purchase, and we're going to get down to that down here. So if you say no, then the Zap will basically not happen and if the subscriber is already on that list. And chances are they might be. What we're going to be doing is creating a new group that is a product group inside of MailChimp. And by the way, disclaimer, this is just one way to do it. You could also do something like a custom field, but this is just one way to do it, and it will work for you. So then replace groups, you can say yes or no. You really have to kind of think about whether or not you're trying to overwrite an existing group that the person is in or not. So you have to make that decision. But here's really the meat of it. I mean, really, it's not that hard. You just choose the list. You make sure the email is pulling in from the first step by clicking on this little plus sign on the right. No double opt-in, no welcome email. You want to update existing, yes, because they could already be on the list. And then you want to get down to this group section. So what I needed to do first before I set this video up and set up this demonstration is inside of MailChimp, inside of that list, I created a group section called products, and then I created product A, product B, product C, just to kind of show you. So those appear here inside of Zapier once you first create them over in MailChimp. So product A, product B, product C. And so I want to say, for example, I'm going to go back up to the trigger, that for the purchase of the offer, test for 50 cents, or whatever your offer is, I want them, then coming over here, I want them to be added to the product A list group. So again, the list is up here, the general overarching list, and then you have the specific group, and that could be product A or product B, product C. So that way now when you go to send MailChimp campaigns or when you have automations, you can segment people based on their groups. So it's almost like I said, it's kind of like tagging in ActiveCampaign or Drip or Infusionsoft or Ontraport, but it's not as robust as tagging, but at least it helps you to segment your users better than just dumping them all onto the same list. Or worse, creating like 20 lists. You could just simply create a group within your overall main list that you have going on. After that, you have to come down here. Well, these are optional, but it's preferable for me. I like to have people's names if possible. And since a Kajabi offer does have to have a first name and last name, you might as well give that information to MailChimp. So first name is here. You just, again, you pull it in here from the Kajabi purchase step up here. And you select last name for this right here. And then phone is optional. And some of these may be custom fields, so they're showing up in my MailChimp account and inside of Zapier here. They may not show up in yours. So mileage may vary, but this upper part here that I'm showing you now is all default. So list, email, no double opt-in, no welcome email, yes to update existing because they could already be on the list, and then you just got to select what group this particular purchase of the offer will go to, which group inside of MailChimp. And then you can send campaigns and automations based on that segmentation. So I really hope that helps, and here it is. So I really hope that gets you to the goal that you were seeking, and Chris Moore signing off.